Hello everybody and welcome back to the Gen Con studio where we are showing you the latest and greatest in tabletop games. I am your host, Elisa, also known as Elisa Rockdog on the internet, but that's incidental. I am here with folks from Inifinite Rabbit Holes, which is also the thing that happens when I start Googling too much on the internet. This is probably one of the more intricate and massive setups I've seen so far on this table this weekend. I already know there were folks outside around the hall giving us breaking news about this game. There were newspaper articles being thrown at me about this game. This is by Inifinite Rabbit Holes. I want to first introduce who it is that I am with before we get into what it is that I am looking at, because I'm very excited to dive in over the next hour.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Please introduce yourselves and tell us what you do at Inifinite Rabbit Holes.
My name is Michael Borys. I am the Senior Vice President of Interaction and Game Design. And I've been with these good folks for a long, long time. And we're the most proud of this of all the projects that we've ever done.
This is amazing.
My name is Dave Cobb. I am the VP of Creative Development for Inifinite Rabbit Holes. So I help make the player experience and the story come to life with the team.
Excellent, excellent. So what do we have here today? Because this looks absolutely massive.
So what we have is our collective 9-pound baby.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, just a lovely bundle of joy over here.
That's right, that's right.
Hello.
And so when we look at this is the Inifinite Rabbit Holes logo that we've got there. When you open up this box, you realize that it's actually an ARKHAM Asylum filing cabinet that you get to sift through, just like Harley Quinn does in the game. And so as she is unlocking secrets and intricate puzzles to solve, you do the same exact thing with the very objects that she is finding in the animations that you have. And by the way, we have an upwards of 1 hour of live action and animated sequences in the experience. That's right, that you unlock. And so as you're doing this, you are the most important character in the entire story. And it's told sort of from the perspective of the Joker, though at times you are the detective of Gotham City, and sometimes you are a protester. Sometimes you are a bomb diffuser. Oh. Sometimes you're playing right in the heels of Harley Quinn, doing the exact same things that she is to tell the story further. That's a mouthful, right?
Whoa!
But that's
yeah,
what you do.
Okay.
It's exciting.
But now, I'm at a tabletop convention.
Yeah.
But you also said live action and animated, which makes me think there's a kind of a different experience.
Yes.
Happening?
So this basically uses your iOS mobile device, a mobile iPad or iPhone, and it becomes a magic window that unlocks lots of story and secrets and magic in the game itself.
Whoa.
So this is part a tabletop game, part escape room, and part mobile augmented reality experience.
Okay, folks, we are in for a treat here. Okay, so the name of the game specifically is Panic in Gotham City. It's the ARKHAM Asylum Files.
Right.
And it is a mixed reality adventure.
Yes, it is. And we say mixed reality because it isn't just AR. It isn't just what's on your phone, right? It is these physical objects. It is all that stuff Michael talked about inside the box. It's stuff you can touch and feel.
Yes.
But which is great, and all of it is beautiful, and all of it relates to the huge story that we're telling. But AR makes this stuff come to life in ways that you can't see with the naked eye.
Absolutely. Is there?
Well put.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. What can we get into in order to maybe show some of this off in action?
How do you feel about showing a whiz-bang moment first?
Sure.
For example, the city. Now, over the course of the experience, you are putting like a puzzle, pieces of Gotham City together, and slowly the city begins to form in a way that you're not expecting. Now, we're going to jump you in about an hour into the experience right now.
Okay.
You're going to stand up, and you're going to drive.
Wait, oh no.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to use this as your magic mirror or the see-through window, and you're going to find a bunch of graffiti that's been left around the city by our villain, and it all relates to our story.
Okay.
And so the way you find that is you click this little spiral at the bottom. That means Joker Vision.
Whoa!
And you get Joker Vision, and notice now the city.
Oh, wow!
And there's more buildings there
Yeah.
on screen than there are for real.
Oh, there's a train,
And there's a train
going by.
So this is a moment in the story when you've just built the radio broadcast building. And so what you're getting is a radio broadcast from the helicopter that's flying around the city that you may have noticed by now.
There it is.
And there's a conversation happening between the helicopter pilot and the person in the radio broadcast building. And it's sort of telling you this moment in time that's happening in Gotham City right now.
So come over around here.
Sure.
Come over.
So,
Can't have so many
I love the
cables.
cables.
Come on over here and see. Look,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
that up there?
Yep.
Tap it. You collect that piece of the graffiti.
You are playing the part of a detective right now, taking photo evidence of what's going on in the city right now. But imagine this, that you've got other players playing, right? They might be looking over your shoulder, telling you where things to go. But check this out. You can screencast this to your TV.
If you have AirPlay, you can send it to your TV. Everybody can see the larger picture. Everyone gets cinematic sound because there is a full score, as Michael said. So it is trying to be more than a game and a kind of a cinematic experience where you're immersed in the world of Gotham in a really unique way, and
This
you're
is so
following the
cool.
footsteps of Harley Quinn.
So imagine this, though. So it is essentially a 6 to 10 hour room escape, right? And there is soundtrack for every moment of this room escape that happens, if we consider it a room escape. So if there's a moment that you're pushing around these cardboard pieces with your friends, and you're creating the puzzle image that's going to be created, let's say, and you're in the sewer, a Gotham sewer, as I like to say, it will be the most tasteful sewer music you've ever heard from Gotham City. So there's never a moment of silence, but you're always in the
There we go.
world.
So
and
it's
that's
like
really
a-
important for us.
A complete
Immersive
kind of literally
experience.
immersed. I mean, you know, I used to work in games too,
Yeah.
in like the video game industry especially, and people like to throw the word immersive around like candy, but this is something else.
The team is not only a bunch of brilliant game designers and puzzle masters and magicians and technological magicians. Some of our team comes from the theme park world,
Really?
where the word immersive is literally stock and trade of what we do.
Yes.
It's not just rides and thrills; they're immersive environments. You have agency in those experiences. We wanted to give you the same experience here, the same agency of exploring a place and being fully immersed in sound and sight and story.
And it's meant for you to walk around the table. I know we can't do that right now.
not
In
to-
order to solve this particular experience, you need to go around and inspect every little area.
I do see another little bit of graffiti over here that maybe I can collect.
Yeah, trust me, there's plenty. And once you get that, you get the first cutscene. And the cutscenes are handled in an interesting way. Sometimes it's full screen, sure. But we want to show you something that's really magical. That's
Please
going to
do.
happen in your hands. So it might be the first AR that's ever happened in your hands. And that's the hope with anybody who's ever played this. So let's go here with what we call the Joker's Archives. These are different bits of content that you've already played through, and of course you haven't, but we have. And so we're going to pretend like you've solved this particular puzzle. And this is how you're rewarded.
And
Okay.
hit Joker Vision there.
There you go.
Joker Vision, holding this up.
Yeah. And so
Oh, Rorschach
without
test. I
that's
like
right. It
that.
makes sense because she's a therapist, right?
Yeah, she's
But
a
look,
psychiatrist.
And so this is a memory. This is a story from the
Whoa.
perspective of somebody. And if you tilt your hand, if you rotate, yes,
Wait,
that's the fake.
what?
That's right. So describe what you're seeing because it's magic, right?
Okay, so it's like I'm holding a cutscene in my hand. This is, whoa.
What? It's bananas, right?
Yes.
It's kind of bonkers.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
So it is easy to think of AR just as a cool technology, and obviously we have tons of wow moments in this. But it's also a storytelling platform that no one has really leveraged in the way that we're doing.
All right, I'm just absolutely mesmerized.
The AR is literally part of our story because we call it Joker Vision, and it's the Joker sees the truth of the city and wants to clue us in on everything, of course. In our story, though, Harley Quinn is our main character, and she is back as a therapist again.
Really?
We have a one-shot comic book coming to DC Comics and DC Digital later this year.
Yeah.
We wrote the story. Tim Seeley, who's a wonderful DC author, did the
I love
comic
that cover.
script for him.
So good.
And the art is by Adriana Milo. This will be out for everybody to read. But the thing about that comic book is it's a story that tells you how Harley came back to Arkham to work. Because why would Arkham ever bring her back, right?
Well, I mean, also I have a PhD. Those degrees are expensive.
They
so
are.
She might be, needing to work off some student loans or something.
Right. You got something there.
She got bills to pay. But our story tells you why. So why she's back. So where that comic book ends, our story begins.
Very cool. I love it. It's kind of immersive in the sense that it's like you got sight, you got sound, but then you have all sorts of extra pieces of lore that help enhance the experience.
And everything you see, every physical object, all this text, and you can see we design things to have sort of patina and a real feel to them. All of this matters to the story. If you're one of those deep diver people who wants to read every word, it's not, lorem ipsum. It's not fake text. This is 4 pages of the Gotham Times. Why don't we show the Gotham Times? Sorry.
Yeah. And by the way, this is an homage to what we did for the Why So Serious campaign for Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight so long ago.
Oh.
So during that 1.5 year long story that we helped to tell, and that long story, we put out 3 different papers during that time of Gotham Times. One that focused on the Batman, one that focused on the Joker, and one that focused on Harvey Dent. Those were 1, 2, 3. The one that we've been giving out at the con just now is volume 4, and the one that you get in the box is volume 5. So if you consider that, it's a big narrative.
Wow.
It's a big narrative.
All right, so all you completionists out there.
And Dave is going to show you something
Before we
kind
get
of
to this, though,
Yeah?
shall we give her a present from the Joker?
I think it's a good idea.
So one of the things to know about this game is that in the experience, when you open the box, you're not told to set up a tabletop game.
Okay.
These are puzzles that play into the story. You build the city as you go.
So we're an hour in, so we don't start with these buildings.
No.
We start.
What you start with is that only.
Oh.
And the Joker says, "Go ahead, it won't bite. Tap here once you open your present from the Joker." I'll stand back.
You trust the Joker.
I didn't sign a waiver before I came here. Okay.
Nice and stretchy. You can pull it right off.
Okay.
And then with the ha-ha-ha's facing you, there's a little magnetic flap in front.
Now, I love presents, but I am a little apprehensive.
He would do that, wouldn't he?
Right?
Yeah.
So we start with kind of a jump scare, and the reason for that is it lets you know that anything goes. The Joker's in control, and more importantly, he wants you to really look at everything. Be curious. Look at the card.
All right. Oh, there's a card. Oh.
Little card. A clown with
Have
a
a
secret
little card.
there.
It's a card
you
with
can
a secret behind his back.
sign.
Oh, you can open it up.
What does it say?
Surprise! Welcome to the dark underbelly of Gotham City. I'm not. Think you're bright enough to illuminate its secrets? See you on the flip side.
So all
Joker.
all that's a clue. Are you bright enough to illuminate? See
to
you on the flip
illuminate.
side. What else is in the
Flip.
box?
Okay. Other than that, we have now you see it. Oh, it's a little light.
So what's the clown hiding behind his back?
And that's what the
Okay.
puzzle is on the next page that you've advanced to.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a black light. Oh, that is so cool.
So the answer is
Let me show
absolute mayhem.
that. Absolute mayhem.
So you type that in,
Oh, you type
As
it
your
in
answer.
as the answer.
and you are correct. Nothing screams absolute mayhem more than a
Clown with a secret. Oh, that is so
And of course,
cool.
if you have Siri going, you just have to say it.
Yeah, you can actually just speak it into your device as
then
well.
you're
Really?
If you want, yeah.
That's, whoa.
So now that you're properly prepared for anything goes and to be curious, the Joker's... The Joker says, let's check out the news.
Okay,
So put this newspaper in front of you,
sure.
and then you're going to learn about what we call Joker vision.
Okay.
So hit the swirl.
See the world like me. And we swirl. We scan the front page and it is all Joker-fied.
But he's left a puzzle for you there.
And you can get close to that.
Get real close, but no, push in. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a pinchy thing, right?
Okay. Oh, wait, okay, so the kind of jingle jester bells are circling specific letters. What's black, white, and corrupt all over? Okay. So we have, oh gosh, I might need a pen and a pencil. We've got an ANRJDUONASPODC. Oh goodness.
Those are all the right letters, but maybe there's another way to read that. And by the way, there is a hint system. And the hint system, and you don't have to go through it now, but I'll explain it. It gives you hints that make things more and more and more obvious as you go. And at the very end, we never give you the answer, but we allow you to skip something if it's really, really stumping you for a long time, right?
That's nice.
And then it lets you come back, and you get credit for it later if you come back.
Great.
You don't get dinged for it, right?
Oh, that's nice.
Right. And so if you want, I'll give you a real hint as to how to solve this. I'll be the human hint system for you. At the bottom there is the beginning of a thread. If this whole thing is a red thread that's happening.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
CO cops and journalists.
Let's go ahead and take that.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
So what's black and white and corrupt all over? That's the thing.
In Gotham.
So go in Gotham City. In Gotham City, not at Gen Con.
Right.
So go ahead and press the green button. And so if you had Siri, you would just say it. But
And journalists. Autocorrect. Don't fail me now. Oh!
and there you go.
And there we go. We are correct. Bingo! Gotham City cops and journalists, the worst criminals of all. That is so cool.
So we're ramping the players up very slowly, right? So first it was this physical object of something that weren't expecting, clearly, with the jump scare. And I don't care how old you are. If you're a child, if you're an adult, no matter what, that person is having
That'll get you every time.
Yeah, for sure. And which is why it's kind of fun to play the 6 to 10 hour experience. And then we see people enjoying hosting, because then they get to watch for those moments, and they're videoing those moments because they know they're coming. You know, it's an exciting, it's really, really an exciting thing for us, yeah. And so you're on ramp to AR, and it's a really, it's not the most difficult puzzle in the world. Our thing is to take you along for this beautiful ride, but I'll tell you that by the end of their 6 to 10 hours, is that the puzzles get not brutal at all, but they're clever, and they get more difficult. And so it's building on knowledge and building on knowledge without a lot of instruction.
Ooh.
And so that's kind of an important thing. You are learning by doing, and then doing more and more and more as you go. That's important for us, right?
Excellent.
And there is no, people ask, are there fail safes? Is there a way to just have a hard stop to the game? Well, I already talked about the hint system, number one. But number two, we want you to get to the end. We want you to feel satisfied and smart. And what is the sense of writing a tremendously good story if no one's going to get to the end of it,
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good
so
point.
that's what we want. We want people to feel good by the end, and they do.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
How do you end up building the pieces of Gotham?
So there's if let's advance, go ahead and advance. That's a good question.
Hit play?
Yeah, you hit play. And you can see how this always keeps track of the next thing that you're supposed to do. So in this case, it says, let's hit the streets. And if you press the play button, if you press the continue button, it tells you which envelope to open up.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, it tells you to open up building commission envelope number 2.
BC2. Okay.
And so what you get...
One of my favorite things in the game is that opening. You get to open
Oh, it's
new
satisfying.
stuff.
That's so
It's
satisfying.
so satisfying.
And I did it. I'm sorry. I stole that from you.
It's okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What you get
Whoa.
are these beautifully designed
Oh, wow.
building pieces and instructions. And so that's part of the puzzle, is building these puzzle pieces that become the buildings that you scan that make quadrants of the city come to life. And then as you go, and you can see we have only 3 quadrants right now that's built up, and you already saw one experience through that. But makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a fun thing unto itself to build this up with your friends.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's right. So I'll take that. And that's a good question. And so we've seen AR happen in your hand, right? Because you saw that and you were tipping it. And that was a unique way of doing the AR. You saw the AR build up. Dave, shall we go into the depths?
Oh, this is a fun one.
The depths?
So, oh, that one?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, great.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So grab that card there.
Sure.
And so later in each of the chapters, by the way, there's 7 chapters. Each is about an hour long.
Okay.
So this can be a 6 to 10 hour experience depending on how good you are at puzzles. But you don't have to do it all at once. We made sure that we not only break it into sections, but we recap the story at the beginning each time. So if you go away for a week and come back, it's like a TV show.
That's a little previously on. That's
yeah,
so
exactly.
cool.
So at a certain point of the story, you are actually investigating Jane Doe's cell.
And you just passed it.
Oh, there it is.
Keep going a little bit. There, a little bit.
Oh, there it is. So you're investigating Jane Doe's cell. And so you're using Joker vision again to find things there that the naked eye may not see.
Okay.
So go ahead and use that and point it at that seeming photo of...
The question is, what did Jane Doe suffer from?
Oh, you might get some glare here.
I think that's exactly what's happening.
Let's see. What did Jane Doe suffer from?
There we go.
Oh!
Now you got it. Now push in.
Whoa!
You're seeing a three-dimensional view.
So now we're in the
cell.
Yeah, and if you pull it back a little bit, I want to make sure that the tracking stays, and then turn the device a little bit. Keep the print there though. Keep the print. But what I want to show you is that it's in the table. So if you pull back, it's inside the table.
That's dope.
So this is what I was saying about going into the depths.
I'm sorry to the providers of the table. There's a hole in it now. I hope that doesn't mess with any kind of insurance situation.
So now push in and look at the whole thing. Now see the slider at the bottom?
Yes.
Slide that, the little green slider. Look what happens, the shadow. So you're looking at a timeline, like a video timeline. But notice what's in the middle of that. It looks like a reticle, right? It looks like a little pointer.
Yes.
So it stops on letters occasionally. And you see the note in the upper right of the screen? Upper right?
Uh-huh.
Click on that. This is a note that Jane Doe left. And each of the times relate to a letter that she scrawled on the wall, at which answer the question, what did Jane Doe suffer from? So if you do all of those times...
Which we do not expect you to do now.
No.
I was about to say.
Yeah. So it's another use of AR, and so we're not going to the same well over and over and over with this. We're using AR in different creative ways to create these wow moments that happen, right? That season an already interesting and awesome story, and very beautiful tactile puzzle experience.
One of the things that we love about how the story is told with all the puzzles is sometimes you are following in Harley Quinn's footsteps and helping her solve crimes. Sometimes you're working for the GCPD, diffusing bombs with a ticking clock in the city.
Oh boy.
Sometimes you are working for the bad guy and protesting on the streets of Gotham. And what we love about this is that rather than being assigned a character at the beginning of the game, you get to play all these different roles in Gotham, which immerses you in Gotham even more because you see it from multiple perspectives as you're playing.
And it allows the wallflower that plays in your group to find the role for themselves that they're comfortable with as well.
Yeah.
Because it always happens.
Because the most important character in this story is you. This story can't move forward without you.
I absolutely love that. I like a game where it's, sometimes like something like an escape room can feel kind of intimidating and like you feel like a certain kind of pressure. And it's almost like when I feel that kind of pressure, like I can't think as well as I used to. But this feels like a nice, almost like an introduction to the concept of an escape room.
When you look at escape rooms, one of the most interesting dynamics of a group puzzle solving experience like that is that you start out and there's somebody who is gung-ho as leader, and they do, they take charge and they do the first couple of puzzles and then they hit a wall and they can't, but somebody else in the group, the wallflower goes, wait, I got this. We designed this so all of the puzzles are a cadence of really, really challenging to someone at the table, but somebody may see something else in it. So we really want everybody, it is inherently a social experience. This is not about hiding behind your mobile device. This is about sharing that mobile device and unlocking the story as you go, and everybody gets to feel smart, right?
Yeah, that's important to us, for sure. I mean, it's us playing with the players. It's not us against the players, right?
Yeah, that's great. And sometimes, there is a thing of, games that feel like almost like intentionally punishing. But it's nice that an experience that feels so complex like this is actually like, kind of guiding you through it, because games are supposed to be fun, y'all. Just I don't know if that's like a hot take.
Yeah.
That's like a fuego take
Yeah.
on my end, but I don't think games are supposed to be fun.
You are our people. We definitely feel the same way. I mean, we're gamers, you know, we're storytellers, and we like all of it. And we hope that this does all of it, you know?
What was the actual sort of process of even, like, how do you even start developing puzzles like this?
Dave, can I take a crack at that
Please.
to start? And then
Please,
jump in?
Okay.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've been working as game designers and designers, period, for 30 years. Yeah, for 30
Redacted,
years.
redacted.
You know, we've seen a lot of things. We've designed a lot of things. You know, like I might have mentioned that we did the Why So Serious campaign for The Dark Knight that had, you know, 800 pages of script and games and immersive experiences. You know, you learn things along the way by succeeding and by failing, right? You learn things by taking chances. You learn things by looking at what the new technology is and saying, well, let's not use that as a gimmick, but let's use it as seasoning for something wonderful. And that's really what happened. Is we have all this experience and wonderful friends that we like to work with, and then we see AR and we say, this is a storytelling platform if used correctly.
Yeah.
It's not just a floating dragon in my house. You
Right,
know?
yeah.
You know? That's where I think that is the crux of how we come at it from.
I absolutely agree, and their experience, the team's experience in puzzle design and game design, I approach it from the player experience and the story aspect. And so early on, we all met as a team and looked at the incredible world of Gotham City and all the characters and like, who do we want this story to be about? Which villains do we want? We have 3 villains in this box, and they're deep cut rogues gallery, right?
Like it.
So, but we started there, all talking about all the characters, what their pros and cons were, what their strengths and weaknesses were, and we discussed that story in the most abstract sense. And as we were doing that, and reading comics, we get to read comics for a job for like 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
So, as we were doing that, we would all have aha moments where we're like, oh, somebody figured that out in that story. That could relate to this kind of puzzle, right? And Michael's team is all the puzzle and game design, but also story. These guys are brilliant storytellers, and so they also have this library of puzzle designs and magic illusions and all these things that they've come up with over the years. Mad scientists, and now we get to put it in this incredible Gotham world. But it all is, we didn't want the puzzles or the AR to not move the story forward. They were never just a means to an end.
Right.
We didn't want it to feel like puzzle, cutscene, puzzle, cutscene. All of the puzzles are intrinsically about the story. And all the solutions in every puzzle lead you to the next bit of the story.
That's so important for sure.
Because it could be very easy to use something like this technology that, you know, feels so new and kind of just go like, okay, bare minimum, we're gonna have like, you know, oh, scan a thing, and, you know, the graffiti is there, and like, you know, that alone could be, you know, maybe someone's sort of like minimum for calling it an immersive AR experience, but you went, oh, like, okay, that, and this, and this, and this. It is actually a full mixed reality experience and not just like, you know, a seasoning on top.
And we say mixed reality because the physical stuff matters, but even the environment in terms of the mood matters. That makes it immersive. And so even if you're playing the paper or papercraft puzzles that don't involve AR, all of them involve AR in some sort, but a lot of them you just are solving a puzzle for a while. Even then, there's a music score in the background.
I love that so much.
It is scored front to back, so we maintain that mood the entire time you're playing.
I'm a huge fan of, you know, sensory, like just involving every single possible sense at a table, and the fact, I feel like music is sometimes overlooked, and I'm a musician, and I'm like, having a soundtrack to me is everything.
Did you mention that? So the soundtrack is all original.
Oh.
From the same guy who did the first 3 ARKHAM video games.
Whoa.
And the first 2 God of War games. His name's Ron Fish. He's a brilliant composer.
He's ridiculous.
And so he did all of our sound design and music. And again, it's not just background music. It sets a mood. There's a bomb diffusing game where it escalates.
Oh no.
And you have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And the music keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah,
it gets hairy.
it gets pretty hairy.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to the escape rooms that I've been in, and where it's, it is kind of all about the people that you bring with you, not speaking from experience for whatever reason. I love that this has a little kind of something for every kind of potential player.
So we did a good job, I think, of bringing Gotham into your house, but there are a few different experiences that let you step into Gotham in an interesting way.
Not just on your table, but in your room.
Yeah, and can we show you? But I'm going to drive so that you don't have to get up, okay?
Yes, please do.
Yeah. We're excited about this.
On the feed.
So there are moments when Harlequin will gather information in her experience, in her environment, right? And what will happen is that is the cue for you to open up something in your box, and then you get a physical manifestation of what that thing is. So there's a moment when, I'm not going to tell you exactly when in the story this happens, but there's a bank robbery, right? And you get these
Just another Tuesday in Gotham.
Yeah, that's right, just another Tuesday. And so you pop out these things that you've just found in digital form, right? So you have the physical items. You are then asked to place the envelope that you opened it up from onto your floor, where there's a little bit of space that you have. And it says, find your safe space, which is pretty clever unto itself. And then you use the Joker vision, and you scan. Let's see if I can get some more room here with the, there we go. You scan the envelope, and you have this police tape in your environment now.
Whoa!
And all you have is this continue button, and the very bank that was robbed, the broken into safe is actually in your living room now. And I'm bypassing the puzzly parts just to show you the coolness of this. You actually get to step into it. You get to walk into it.
Wow.
And I don't know whether you're noticing this too, but I have the very thing in my hand right now. You can see that, right? And so you get to place it onto one of these pins. And there are 8 gears to place. And once you've placed all 8, you can call a combination that allows you to actually interact with the buttons that are
and
there.
you can type it in.
And break into the safe.
Look up in the safe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dave is saying that there are these.
It's got a full environment. Like you're
and it's fully done.
Yeah, I mean, it's bananas. It's bananas. But this just opens up so many opportunities for gameplay in the future. For this, if there's DLC that we're going to do in success, that's what we want to do. But as a platform, you can see that you are literally bringing the world into your world, and then you get to step into it. That's one of my favorite moments in the whole experience, really, when you can do that.
This is absolutely fantastic. And I love these sort of like, yes, kind of like sitting around a table and making it happen, but also like literally being able to kind of walk, like you said, step into it. I'm like, okay, yeah, step into it. Oh no, literally step.
Yeah, that is immersive, right?
Get moving.
There's nothing more immersive than immersing yourself into a thing.
The other thing is, it is not a sit-down game. It is a game that wants you to move around the table. You want to play this around a table that you can get to all 4 sides, because you are going to be a detective and look around that city. And there are moments where you get to all sit down and solve a puzzle, but then you get to get up again and open and put up bank vault in your living room, right? So it is a very, very social, physical game as well, because you're physically interacting with your friends, you're physically interacting with all of this stuff.
Yeah, and we're clearly we're not seeing all the stuff that's in the box, right? We're going through the filing cabinet, we're opening things, we're just showing you what we think that will entice people to say, okay, I want more, and I want to know the story. And believe me, the story is wonderful, and it's written from the perspective of somebody that can write really well and has put something beautiful together, for sure.
We have a team of writers.
The art that's going on here is so nicely designed. It's the tactile, everything is so beautiful, as Dave mentioned.
Everything is bespoke. Everything you see on this table, we designed. Every piece of music, every sound, every piece of AR, all done in house, all the animation.
Wow.
So this is a really, really, not just a talented team, but a team of nerds. Like we are you. We're your people. And I come to this. This is my first Gen Con.
Oh, welcome.
Same here. Same here.
Welcome.
I walked in and I'm like, my people.
Yes.
How have I not been to this before? And so game design is a sort of new thing for me. But what we love about it is within the team is that we are all game players, and we're all deep Batman fans and comic book nerds. And so we wanted to make sure it was both accessible for a new audience or a younger audience to get into these characters. But if you're a fan, there is some fan service, and there's some Easter eggs, and there's stuff for you to discover.
So
I'm into that.
one cool Easter egg that we have going around the convention right now, and Dave's got some right there, are these Joker dollars that have been given out with a special seetheworldlikeme.com.
SeeTheWorldLikeMe.com underneath.
That's right.
SeeTheWorldLikeMe.com.
And this was an homage to something that we did for the Why So Serious campaign at Comic-Con, which was pretty much the original rabbit hole. Remember, we're Infinite Rabbit Holes now.
Rabbit Holes.
But this was the original rabbit hole that got people into our old campaign, right? For Batman.
So this is now a rabbit hole that all of the viewers and everyone here at Gen Con can do right now. If they go to seetheworldlikeme.com on an iOS device,
And that's for you.
Oh, thank you.
you can download a demo version of this game, the graffiti game that you played, on your own table using $1 as your augmented reality marker.
Any dollar. It doesn't
Any
even have to be
dollar.
the
it doesn't
Doesn't
have to
take a
be
Joker.
this.
No.
Any
Oh.
dollar.
$any.
Any
So
dollar.
anyone can literally
Please
go to that
do it.
website right now and download the game and try it out before you buy.
And so that you can at least see what the AR is. Because a lot of people say, hey, I've seen AR. No, you haven't seen this AR.
I haven't seen it.
You have not experienced this AR.
Yeah, this is different. Like I've done, like little, TikTok filters where it's like, oh, there's a cute little person dancing on my coffee table. This is a whole different level. Now, you mentioned that you're huge nerds, huge Batman fans.
Yeah.
What is the kind of pressure, kind of putting something like this together? Because I remember watching, the 60s Batman reruns when I was a kid and falling in love with it back then. I'm a big Tim Burton Batman nerd, and I can't imagine being a fan of something and then being sort of tasked with bringing something like this to life.
It's a huge pressure, right? We want to do well by the fans. We want to do well by the characters. The most important thing, though, is we got to create our own version of Gotham and our own look and our own style and our own sound. So we're honoring those characters, but we're presenting them to everyone in a way, A, they've never seen before, and B, that is intently us, right? Just like you have comic books that are drawn by different artists and written by different writers, we are bringing you this story world that you know and love and these characters you know in a way that I guarantee, it sounds like marketing, we say it, and it sounds like marketing, but you have never seen anything like this before, I think that the fun thing about the storytelling as well for us is that we get to honor all of the eras of Batman and the tone and the story. So we're fans of everything from the Golden Age till now, and so that brought to the table this desire to say, what is in augmented reality, in magic and real things, how do we bring all of that to life in a unique way? So all of that history plays into what we do, and we really hope everyone loves it because there's more to come.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, what you're seeing, you can already tell. We've designed a platform now.
Yeah.
We can tell any story now. And we're excited about that. We've got plans.
We got plans. There are 2 more ARKHAM Asylum Files episodes. Each episode is its own box, its own set of the city, its own puzzles, its own games,
its own
story.
box of
standalone.
Of this size?
Yes.
But believe me, we're going to reinvent a little bit as we go.
Yeah.
So don't get so caught up on exactly what you're seeing, whether it's size or whether it's
But the story will continue.
And just know that things will be reinvented as we go, and it's going to get excited. This was designed, fully designed over a year ago, but the last year has been a lot of play testing. It's been a lot of tweaking the text so that it works as well as you're seeing it, right? And believe me, while we're doing that, we're thinking, all right, we could have done it this, and I can't wait to do it this other thing, because we're learning as we go.
For all the vast experience of this team, no one's ever made anything like this. So we were building the plane as we were taking off.
We've literally made hundreds of games.
Yeah.
But this is our first product. Okay. We've literally done dozens of campaigns for movies and like this. But this is something very special. Very, very special to our hearts for sure. It's a labor of love.
And you also mentioned like the pedigree of some of the folks building this experience.
It's hard to even say some of the folks.
All of them.
It's all of them. If you
All of
look,
them.
it's
The founder of our company is a former Disney Imagineer, in addition to doing the campaigns like Why So Serious and Big ARGs.
That's huge.
I come from the theme park world. I designed a whole theme park with a huge team of very talented people like this in Abu Dhabi, and it's a Warner Brothers park, and half of it is DC Comics, so I was immersed in DC for 10 years with that. So again, we all bring this very, very distinct view of how to tell a story with Batman. right? In different ways. And it intersected into this beautiful product.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you talk about the artists of the team, like famous like painter and graffiti artists and just Disney artists, there's just something going on here. That's just a wonderful blend of awesome.
Yep.
You know? I don't have children, and I always say this is my 8.5-pound baby. That's the deal with whoever I talk to about this. I let them hold the box first when they come. Okay, before we even start talking, feel this.
Just feel this.
And when you're feeling it, you're literally feeling like 4 or 5 different things at the same time. You're like, hey, this is velvety.
Like,
you know, it's like
it's the velvet mat, but also the texture of the Joker print on it. Like even just the box is.
Yeah, I mean, it really feels like it is an Arkham Asylum artifact of power. You know, there's something about everything. Yeah.
This is awesome. Now, when it comes to, you know, who is this for? If you are a Batman comic book, if you're Batman the animated series, like no matter where kind of in the timeline or even which transmedia property you picked up Batman on first, this would be the game for you?
I would say that it's very easy to say, oh, it's a game for everybody, but it really kind of is, only because of what I said before about the puzzles being sort of different, and everybody can lean forward a little, everybody can feel smart. Right? The box says 13 and up. That's mostly because of the app requirements.
Right.
But we've had families with younger kids play it, and even though some of the puzzles may be a little harder for the younger kids, they still love the world. And it's also very family friendly. Like this is not a violent Batman story or scary Batman story. It's edgy and it's got some really cool twists and turns. And we really leverage the villains in really fun, crafty ways. But it's very family friendly. And so we see this as, when we've been playtesting this, what really comes to the surface is hardcore gamers like it, even though it's just puzzles and not tabletop play, because it's cool and different and they've never seen anything like it. People who are not gamers, or maybe the board games they play are, Clue and Sorry and no deeper than that, they love it because it's nothing that they've seen. And yet it's the same dynamic of sitting around the family table, sitting around your table with your friends and playing a game, but it's a whole new way to do it. So we didn't really aim at any particular audience, but we tried to have something in it for each one of those people. Everything from hardcore game and comic book nerds to families with kids who want something to do on a vacation day and bring it with them and play all day.
I think that comes from being at Disney for
Disney
so long, really, because that's what
yeah.
the thing is. You're just going to build something that's good for as many types of people as possible.
Yeah.
We've play tested this with thousands of people now,
yeah.
and of all ages, and it just seems to resonate on many levels. And certainly, like Dave said before, everybody isn't going to be able to solve everything, but there's something for everybody. It seems, yeah.
Yeah, like there will be that one person in the table that goes, "Oh, wait a minute! I thought I noticed that, that little thing," and maybe that's like the first thing that they've said all day, but that could be the game changer in a literal
for sure,
sense.
for sure.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to sort of like the logistics of it, right? We're talking 5 to 6 hours. It does say on the box, approximate playtime varies.
Here's the issue. This was printed before we were done designing.
So it had to be in production in order to get to market. So we hadn't fully playtested.
But also we kept building and then going, it'd be great if we did this. Hey, it'd be great if we did this. And then finally, it was just like,
guys,
all right, we have to
stop.
stop because there's a feature creep thing that happens with every project, And so really, I say this, and we've never seen under 6 hours, and it goes beyond 10, depending on the family, and it might take 3 or 4 or 5 different sittings, and it packs nice in between.
Okay, yeah. I was about to sort of ask, like, what's the process of maybe like dividing this up into different places?
The app actually has repacking instructions. So you don't destroy anything as you're playing. So you can put everything back together again. Or you can do it like we have here and leave everything out. Yeah. Or you can just play one thing and put it away and one thing and put it away. Any style of play works. But yeah, we've seen 6 to 10 hours depending on how good of a puzzle person you are. And as Michael said earlier, they're very, very challenging, but none of them are punishing. We are on your side. We want you to finish. But we also made sure that if you get super frustrated, you can skip it and come back to it later. So we don't gatekeep the story and the experience from you. If one of the puzzles is ready, you can keep going.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've been on both sides of that,
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Are there any other kind of interesting things that I can do with the
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Because I'm
So this
nerding out
is
so
a great
hard.
example of using AR as something that is yeah, I think so. It's artful, Dave. You go, please run this. I think it's an artful use of AR in that you're going to see an element, a printed element that says one thing, and it's very important what it does. It helps push the story. It talks about a character and the experience. And go ahead, Dave.
This is a intake form for Lonnie Mackin, who we know as the villain Anarchy, the teenage vigilante in the Batman world. This was his juvie intake form. It's in the file because you're looking through his file. It's called the Arkham Asylum Files,
and
right?
it's a literal
file
folder.
And it's got his fingerprints, and it's got a whole bunch of story. Like, this all matters if you want to read it. But there's something hidden in it. And what you do is you take this. I'm going to have you hold it in front of the camera, and like you did with the video, you're going to tilt it a very specific way, like this.
Okay.
Right?
Slowly tilt back and forth.
So hit the Joker Vision there.
Joker Vision
Hold it with
activated.
the other hand. There you go. And now
So
look.
Whoa!
This is how
Before
he.
you move, that is a
Okay.
manifesto from Anarchy. And if you want to read it,
Sure.
it matters to the story.
All right.
And he's a hacker, so of course it's on a CRT monitor, right? And if you had audio right now, if you could hear it right here, you would hear the buzzing and the whatever of the old CRT monitor, and you feel like you're in the space with him doing this, right?
Gosh, and even like the scan lines are so good.
It's kind of like you're looking at a monitor, and that's the whole point, right? So it's a true augmented reality of something. It's like, this is what this person is. No, this is how I see myself. You know?
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
The question is, what does Anarchy believe we live within?
Yeah.
So tilt it.
Oh!
Yeah.
Keep tilting it.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
what?
Yeah. And so like kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch a little bit, you know, and slow is the way to go. And we don't want you to solve the puzzle right now, because that's not what this is about. This is about just the meaningful use of the AR, not as a gimmick, but as something that really pushes the story and the character, you know, the character's thoughts, right?
That's
And if you go the
amazing.
other way now, slowly. Yeah, I know. It's like a
That's
It's
so
kinda magical, right?
cool. Yeah.
like they're letter marbles or something.
This is amazing. I'm mesmerized. I'm like, sorry, chat. I'm just kind of zenning out
there's
over
something,
this.
what is that?
Sorry.
ASMR, something about,
Yeah, very,
about
yeah.
this, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and so imagine what the going on with this CRT monitor going.
And just so the viewers at home know, this is only here so we can mirror it to the broadcast.
Yeah.
You only need an iOS device.
Yeah, you don't need the plug and the,
No,
and
you
the,
don't
and
need
the
all
cord.
that.
Yeah, this is for. Oh, you're sort of hearing that. Yeah, and so,
So cool.
you get the idea of what's happening there, and what you'll be left with is the important thing to suss out as the puzzle, of course, right? Of
course.
Again, it's not about the punishment, and it's about the journey.
That is
Right?
awesome.
Yeah. So in this case, it's almost like you're not a detective or a bomb squad person or anything. You're actually in the mind, sort of, Anarchy, aren't you? You're sort of, because this is him.
This is so cool. Now I'm sort of like staring at it. I'm like,
So-
I'm almost trying to solve it, but
So one other thing that I'll say, though, is it's a good example, I think, of storytelling without telling any story, right? And that's important. It's sort of written in invisible ink, right?
yeah. And
That's
I mean,
relevant.
I'm one of those kids who loved getting those kind of magic kits and detective kits that would come with the invisible ink and the fingerprint
gosh.
dusting and
Yeah.
the magnifying glass. So this is kind of right
Yeah.
up my alley. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm addicted to that. And Dave mentioned that, years and years and years of exactly what you're talking about. Being a magic kid growing up and wanting that stuff.
It's like, do you have any illusionists on staff? Because
Dave, can I say it? Do you mind? May I?
Because I'm a huge
I think it's
magic
better
nerd
if you say it.
Yes.
too.
What?
Because she's asking, are there any illusionists on the...
Oh, absolutely. You're sitting next to one. Michael is an astounding magician and member of the Magic Castle
In Los Angeles.
in Los Angeles.
Amazing.
Who regularly blows our mind with something. Just over lunch, he'll be like, "Here, let me show you something," and I'm like, "You're a witch. How did that happen?" Like,
Oh, I'm a sucker for magic, so we might need to be
I would love that.
chatting later.
I would love that very much.
This is so cool.
But yeah, it's a magical thing happening in your hand. And so that's what
Yeah,
we're
I
trying to
think I
create
can
for
get it.
people,
There's
That's
up there again.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But I love that sort of pedigree because between Disney Imagineering and magic and just sort of the concept of slowly unfurling a story, you know, the turn and the prestige and, you know, all of that
Sure.
jazz.
Yeah.
Like you can really see that happening and that same sense of wonder after a trick.
There we go. And see, what you see there, once you got rid of all the letters from the screen, what you have is a chain of numbers and letters.
Yeah.
And that spells out the answer to the question you're asked above.
Yes.
What does anarchy believe we live within?
I'm like trying
I won't give
to.
the answer for people who are going to play it later, but
Yeah.
what it does is
No
that
spoilers.
phrase shows up in the next story scene because it's important emotionally to know that anarchy, how anarchy became radicalized is part of the story, and that comes through this puzzle.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, everything you do has true meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
In some of the minutes that we have left, I would love to go over some of the other details because I know that there's got to be some folks that are like, okay, I need to get my hands on this. And there are folks that are watching at home, but also are watching here from Gen Con right now. So can you tell folks a little bit about where we can find it here on the show floor and what kinds of stuff you have available at your booth?
We are demoing in Hall B. We're over near
Pokemon and Magic.
and Magic the Gathering. And you'll see our tables. We got big pictures of Harley and Joker. Can't miss us. And we're demoing the game there. We don't have physical copies here to sell because it's a 9.5 pound baby. But we are shipping them, and it's already shipping now. So if you order now, it'll be there quick. We have a Gen Con special of $30 off. So the retail is $149. So with the $30 off code that's here on here, it will be $119. And that code for everybody watching is Harley Rules.
And she does.
Put Harley Rules in your promo code and you'll get $30 off. That's at InfiniteRabbitHoles.com. You can buy it direct from there. And remember, if you want to try the game first, you go to SeeTheWorldLikeMe.com.
That's right.
And that is a cool little one-shot demo where you'll get a taste of what this is. You'll get a taste of the story. It's got the trailer, and it will link to purchase as well.
Great. And when it comes to device and app requirements, like iOS requirements, what are we talking about to make sure that folks...
We've tested with everything from about iPhone 10 or 11 and up, and all of that seems to work just fine. These are iPad minis. I use an iPad. I use an iPhone 12 on mine. And it works
Same
fine.
here. Yeah.
So yeah, it's any of the last, I would say, 10 years, 8 years of iPhones.
Yeah, we've been developing with the iPhone, and it's been awesome. And it's only because of this convention that we started using that, and that's pretty good. Yeah.
And if you have AirPlay capabilities in your TV, like we said before, you can cast it, which gives you this. If you have a home theater, you're all of a sudden immersed in
It's magical.
cinematic
It's pretty
sound
magical.
with a big picture.
Wow.
It's really pretty impressive on a big scale too. Everything on this tiny screen, which is playable on just that, holds up when you blow it up. I have a 70-inch TV at home, and it's gorgeous.
That's great. Cool. So, and then did we mention iOS specificities?
Right now, I think we are saying iOS. Is it on the box? I think we put.
It's on the box right now.
Yeah, it's on the box.
But the box was printed
Right, right,
before we finished. So listen to our words.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Do as
yeah.
we say.
No, yeah. So
not as we box.
So you were saying, the last let's just say 5 years of technology.
I would say
from Apple.
5 years of technology. If 15 and up, you're short. iOS 15 and up, you're absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And iOS specifically?
Yes.
Yes. And we're working very hard.
We're working
to
on
get
other
Android.
platforms.
And that's a different beast because there are many different types of
Hardware.
hardware to deal with, and we're still working on that.
That's in process.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But anybody who has a friend with an iPhone, if you don't have that,
Yeah.
then you're good to go.
There you go. Awesome. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely fantastic. Can you tell us just a little bit more about kind of yourselves and so I know that there's sort of that like Imagineering, illusionist thing. How do we get into tabletop specifically as a step from that?
We grew up with
We
games,
grew up with them.
you know?
Well, we all love games, right? And a bunch of us are RPGers. I have a weekly D&D game with friends.
Yeah.
And so But I think a lot of it was also when you look at the. So I was a fan of their ARGs before I worked for them. I was a player on Why So Serious. I was a player on a really great one they did for Tron Legacy called Flynn Lives. One they did for Nine Inch Nails called Year Zero. That was amazing.
Cool.
So, and I was a player, right? And so I got to know these guys as the puppet masters behind these experiences that I do. And this idea came from how do they take that sort of social gameplay and storytelling. They created this interesting art form of gameplay that is highly social and all about solving puzzles together. How do they take that from the vast world of ARGs, which is 11 million players on Why So Serious worldwide? How do we take that from that size and do it on your tabletop? So it's kind of an ARG in a box. In addition to and there's two different terms. Alternate reality games, which are these other worlds in the world, and AR technology, augmented reality. So it's why we don't really bring it up too much because it's kind of confusing. But the ARGs that they developed were a platform of their own. And this was about how do we do that on an intimate scale for 4 to 6 people rather than 11 million, right?
That was a really, really good answer, you know? And there was a lot of experimentation over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, whether we would do a live experience in a room with, 13 to 100 people simultaneously playing with artifacts that all work together like a Rube Goldbergian machine that helped to unlock a locked box that has 19 locks on it from around the world. Yeah, that became something fantastic.
Yeah.
But it was 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh.
It literally was 1,000 pounds. It was a wonderful experience. And then we said, how do we make it less than 10? That really is what it was.
Yeah.
How do you bring a world into somebody's house? That's really what it comes down to. So it's 10 million, 100 people, 4 to 5 people hanging out.
And now that we
time.
know the platform that we created and what this can do, we're going to apply it not only to DC Comics and Batman, but other stories and other IP. Some of our own IP we're going to develop.
Ooh.
Some other kinds of consumer products. Some kinds of location-based stuff. So we have a lot planned to leverage this kind of technology, but always in service of a unique guest experience and a unique story that you can't get any other way.
Excellent. Well, I could not have said it better myself. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. I want to talk afterwards because I could pick your brains for hours, but we have a limited amount of time. But thank you so much for showing off the Arkham Asylum Files, Panic in Gotham City, an amazing experience. Thank you so much, Infinite Rabbit Holes. Thank you for watching. This has been Gen Con's studio, and keep it rolling.